In the age of ancients, the world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arch trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death, and of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame.
You gotta love it when the US fucking military is just flying overhead and just disrupting every fucking video you make. Awesome. On a real note, today we're talking about motherfucking Darksouls. Yeah, the Darksouls. I beat this a good minute ago. About 7 months ago. I am really taking a while to get to these fucking videos, huh? So let's go over what happened in the game. Wow, I'm just all over the place. I'm so sick and tired of these jets. Holy shit. Okay, so how this is gonna work is I'm gonna go over what happened in the game first, then I'm going to rate it. Just like on what I liked, what I disliked, throw it on a scale to 1 to 10. And we're gonna do this kind of quick because the game's not very long or has much to explain. Starts off with you dead as hell in a cage. Some dude throws you a key so you can leave your prison, and you start breaking out of this weird semi-prison thing. You kill this giant guardian demon, and a bird takes you away to the main game. The reason you were dead is because you're like hollowed or something, or like I don't know, like you lost your humanity, and that drives you insane, I guess. That's what I was just gathering. You roll up, and all you know is violence, so you start walking up, and you start beefing with everybody. You go through this castle, you make it all the way to the top of this castle church thing, and you kill 2 gargoyles, and you ring a bell. And then you have to ring a second bell, which is all the way down, protected by Big Titty Goth Fire Lady, Awooga. Ring a second bell, some weird ass turtle pops up. He says, "Hey man, you might be the chosen undead. Go grab a big bowl, and we might talk, we might chat." So you run through this huge ass castle full of booby traps and a lot of no foot to be had. You get taken to this cool palace place. You roll up, you murder big fat guy and really quick guy with spear. Then you're greeted with more bazongas, awooga. Big titty lady gives you the bowl. You take the bowl back to the turtle, which allows you to teleport, FYI. Turtle's like, "Alright, you're definitely the chosen undead. I need like 4 different souls in here in order to like open the door." Then the game releases you. It opens oh my god. It releases you, opens 4 different areas. One is at the starting area right behind a graveyard. You go there, you kill this guy named Nito. It's a very fun fight, I promise. There's definitely no bullshit gimmicky things going on. Then you head up back to the church place where you go into a library and you fight a guy named Ceithless. He kills you first, like you just have to die to him first time, and then you go out and you kill him again. You get back. Which I don't know why he didn't just stay in the room that allowed him to be effectively immortal. Oh right, I remember. It was a crystal. It was a crystal that allowed him to be immortal, and you had to break it. He could have just stopped you way earlier before that, honestly. Then underneath the spawn area, there's like a lost city filled with these stupid fucking ghosts and the tutorial guy who has gone insane. Rip bro. You go around just running past the ghost unless you have translucent curses. Fall into this dark ass abyss, and you kill the Four Kings. Easy. And then even more beneath the starting area, there's like a huge lava place where you have to like follow a tree trunk all the way to the bed of chaos, which for some reason is a parkour boss. Because God hates you. And me, apparently. You kill him, that's all 4 bosses done. You slap their souls into the giant big titty goth bowl, and the door opens. You run through this giant, weird little ashy forest castle where you meet Gwendolyn, Lord of Cinder. My bad. You die to him 1,000 times until you realize that his weakness is parrying. We're gonna get into this really soon. Then you touch the big old bonfire and you set everything on fire. Hell yeah. That's the end of Dark Souls. Alright, well, if I can't really explain much more. The game's lore is very, you have to go out and look for it. So there's no real, doesn't really give it to you. Platter, you kind of have to ask for it. But from what I understand, from what I understand, you did this because, like, the power of the gods was weakening, so you have to just, like, reignite the fire and give them their power back. Which I guess Gwen wasn't doing good enough. I have no clue. Okay, now that's over, I'm going to get what I liked about the game, what I disliked about the game, and I'm going to throw it on the scale. Starting with what I liked. Combat system. Super, I guess, innovative. Like, obviously there's a whole genre of games now based around this combat system because of how fun it is to use. It's really fun. It has some jank, but I think it gets worked out in later titles. But it's really like, it's kind of fighting game-esque because you can tech your inputs, which is really nice. I do like the fact that you can tech your inputs in. If you don't know what teching is, it's queuing an input to activate like the next available frame it can. Basically, if I jump and I want to jump again, I can tech another jump, and by the time I land, another jump will immediately happen because I queued for another jump. In a game like that, or this, it is super fucking cool, and sometimes it backfires. Like, you can't, like, once you queued something in, like once you teched it in, you cannot untech it. It is there. It's just like if I go and tech an attack as soon as I get up, and then I realize it's a double swinging attack, I cannot cancel the other swing. I have to just like eat the fucking attack, which sucks. But I mean, I'd rather have it than not, so it's a positive. It's cool that it rewards really good reaction time and good positioning with things like parries and backstabs. Another thing I really enjoyed about the game is the setting. Oh man, like, for an old ass game, this game is beautiful. I love the setting. I love walking through the world. The world is so lively. It feels like, the best way I can describe it is the world doesn't revolve around me. Like, okay, that's a little not true. Everyone sits still until you fucking show up, but I think that's at fault of the limitations. If it wasn't for the enemies that just sit there and do nothing, it would look like a flowing world. It looks so nice, it looks cool. There's a lot of areas I really didn't even get to explore, which does make me kind of sad. But it is a very expansive open world. It's so nice. And the last thing I like about the game is the replayability, which is a weird thing given that this is a single-time playthrough. But it's super cool. It's kind of like in Borderlands, where it's like it's the exact opposite complaint I had in Borderlands. Where in Borderlands it was like, okay, there's a available skill tree here, but I'm obviously selling if I don't pick the other skill tree like every time. Like, the other skill tree is superior. You're not going to be stuck with like one particular set of skills no matter what you do. You're going to like be able, how the fuck am I explaining? If you want to do magic, you can do magic. If you want to do like small daggers, you can do small daggers. If you want to do small daggers and magic, you can. You're fucking well within your power to. It's super mix and matchy. It's whatever you feel like doing. I just picked a big ass fucking sword and ran with it. I did strength build. I did the I ain't gonna sugarcoat it build. There's a lot to be said when it comes to like character building in the game. It's super cool, intuitive. There's some things that are obviously better than others. That will always be the case no matter what the game. But I think everything is pretty well balanced and can, you know, be played out through most of the game. Finally, moving over to what I disliked about the game. I'm gonna start with this. Say skill issue all you want. Where I still have a fucking problem with it. We're gonna start with navigation. I was gonna start with another thing, but I'm gonna start with navigation here. It is, what the fuck? Like, I guess it's my fault because I'm not really listening to the character dialogue, but even if you do, like, how the fuck do you know where to go half the time? Seriously, this guy tells me to find Atreus or Atorius or whatever his fucking name is, so I can deal with the 4 knights. Where is he? I don't know where he is. The fuck? Turns out I accidentally found his dog, and I was supposed to find his dog and kill his dog to get the ring from his dog so I can fight another boss. All of that, which was not clued in on me, because it was just like, I don't even fucking know. Like, for the first little bit, it's obvious where I'm going, right? It's like, there's only one place to go. I gotta go there. Pretty set in stone. But once we get into the latter half of the game, that is just thrown out the fucking window completely. And looking back on it now, it's like, oh yeah, you know, I could see where to go. Like, if I were to play the game again, I would know where to go, right? But as someone who is coming in new, how the fuck do you know where to go without a guide? Especially in places like the Cave of Giants or that one Lost City, New Lando or some shit, whatever it's called. You can't tell me you're like able to guide through all of that shit without a guide. I mean, if you did, props to you. I guess you're just fucking better than me, but like, what the that's just like feels unfriendly, I guess, which I get. It's Darksouls. It's not supposed to be fucking friendly. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. But why am I playing with a guide on a game I want to experience? Like, I feel like I shouldn't have to be pulling up a guide. Like, there was multiple times throughout my playthrough where I was just like, this is fucking stupid. I just need a guide. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. Which leads me into my second point, which is the entire latter half of the game. Once you ring that second, or no, not the second bell. Once you get that Lord Vessel, the game just fucking plummets in quality. I don't know what the fuck, like, happened. Nothing about the second half of the game is fun at all. Like, maybe Seath. Like, Seath the Scaleless' area is not too bad. It's really short, but it's not terrible. The Cave of Giants is atrocious. I don't know why they thought that would, like, ever be fun to play with or play through. That just sucks. And it doesn't feel good to fucking fight through, like, an entire thing of darkness. Like, you're deadass gonna throw me in a pitch black room filled with enemies? Cool, thanks, go fuck yourself. Or the Lando area, like I was talking about earlier, just filled with unkillable ghosts unless you pay money to kill them. And then, like, they just can pop through the walls and shit. It's super fucking annoying. This is also a problem with the Cave of Giants, where it has unkillable enemies. Just, like, enemies that keep coming back, or they're just straight up unkillable. That's, wow, awesome, thanks. Nothing about it is fun. Like, nothing. And there's nothing that, like, really drives the unfun part about it more than my last point, which is the Bed of Chaos. The Bed of Chaos is my last point, and it deserves to be a point all on its own. I think the first half of its area is just fine. It's not bad at all. But after you kill the fucking Centaur demon or whatever, or the weird thing that gives you the lava ring, like the rest of the game, the quality just plummets. You have to just traverse this huge fucking open area of nothing but lava and these giant fucking monsters that will literally attack you for walking off the beaten path. So, and they're damn near unkillable. Did I mention that, by the way? So not only are one of your ring slots taken up because you have to traverse this stupid ass fucking area, but you're forced to walk along a weird ass beaten path. And it's a really long path all the way to the boss fight, which is the Bed of Chaos. And the Bed of Chaos itself is just so much fucking worse. Why on God's green earth did this ever get okayed? It's a boss that you literally cannot beat in your first life. I mean, you probably can. There's probably people who figured it out. But like in a normal playthrough, you have to die a minimum of like 2 times to the boss. A minimum. Seath also does that, but I think it's like less bullshit. I mean, it's still kind of bullshit, but it's like less bullshit because like you're thrown in like a prison and like the area starts after you try to fight Seath, so it's like a transition into the area. It's still annoying that you have to die for it, but you know. What was I saying? Something Bed of Chaos bad. It's fucking ridiculous that this ever got added to the game. Just everything about it, including the run back to the boss, that is also atrocious. I don't know if I mentioned that yet. Jesus, why was this ever added? I don't know. I don't fucking know. But that's pretty much all I have to say. Putting this game on my tier list, I'm putting it as an A, damn near an S. I really want to give it an S, but that second half is just terrible. It is incredible. It's fun. It's really cool. I loved every area. It looked amazing. It still feels amazing to play, even after all these years. There's a lot of older games I played. They really struggle. They struggle a lot when it comes to, you know, still feeling good after all this time, and it still feels amazing, still plays amazing. The story is cool. It's really interesting. I couldn't be fucked. It's also nice that it is out of the way if you are not fucked like I am. So yeah, it's an A. Like I said, the second half is what's holding it back. In terms of recommending it though, I'm only gonna give it a 5 out of 10. Which seems really low, but this is where I remind everyone that this is a scale based off of like how strongly based on a 10 I would recommend it to someone else. I would recommend this half the time if they were like asked like one video game. It is extremely difficult. It's something that requires you to have a lot of previous game knowledge to enjoy, because, and when I say previous game knowledge, I mean like reaction time, basic game sense, like navigating in third person. That some people struggle with that, not everyone. All that type of stuff. So someone freshly coming into video games, or someone who's played like only really basic video games like fucking Roblox or some shit, they would come into something like Dark Souls and it's just complete night and day. Dark Souls is definitely, it's, well, I mean, it's not for the faint of heart. I feel like all the ads are, you know, describe it the best. So it's not something I would really recommend, but if it does get recommended, it's something that you would greatly enjoy if you can handle it. That's pretty much all I have to say. Thank you for sticking around. I got hardlined. I'm going to be live streaming again. I'm going to be playing New Vegas. I will do Borderlands 3 sometime next century when I'm back from the dead. Who knows? I'll try to do it. Stop by. Come by the live streams. I'd love to see you. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.